Failure isn't something you need to avoid, it's something you need to embrace. If you're not failing, you're not growing. Watch till the end and you'll understand why. We all need to fail. I remember even a couple of weeks ago, before I fully understood this concept that I'm going to be teaching you today, I was being really inconsistent in my business, in my gym, like endeavors, in everything that I was doing. I was really inconsistent. I wasn't making much progress. And I realized why. It's because I was never telling people when I was failing, and I was never being honest about when I was failing. Like, I would tell my girlfriend, oh yeah, no, I did some work today. Did I fuck? I would tell people that I did stuff when I didn't. So, I felt guilty about it, and I felt like crap because I lied. They could tell I was being dishonest, at least my girlfriend could. So, it just worked out awfully for everyone. Because I wasn't being negatively reinforced into doing the thing that I was supposed to be doing, and I wasn't being held accountable. So I was just continuously skipping workouts, skipping doing work. And that is when I did some research, and I'll teach you what I figured out. Failure is the only way to learn. I've literally recently just made a video on learning, and I've learned so much from it. When you fail, it triggers neuroplasticity, so your brain's ability to change the way that it works, and also to grow. And so when you get something wrong, your brain is like a bunch of wires. So when you get something wrong, say you've got these two connected, these two wires are connected. If you get something wrong, and these are the two wires that are the answer that got it wrong, your brain will rewire itself to know the right answer. So when you're avoiding failing, and when you're not, say you're studying for a test in school, when you're not taking the practice tests and you're not studying for that exam, you're not rewiring these neurons to be able to know the right answer. You're just expecting your brain to change by reading over the material. And there was a study done that showed it was two groups of students. One group of students read over the source material 4 times and then took a test at the end. And another group of students read over the source material once and then did 3 practice tests on it and did this exact same test that the first group did at the end. Do you know which group performed better? The group that tested themselves. Because they continually got the answers wrong and they continually messed up on these practice tests. Like, they only got the source material once. So that just proves that you have to mess up and get things wrong and not always be perfect. Because I found that I was always striving to be perfect, because I found that I got praised when I was perfect. And it just causes your brain to adapt to new information, to new habits. How are you going to start going to the gym if you lie to people about when you go to the gym? If you get positively reinforced, like people say, oh, well done, when you didn't go to the gym, then they're just positively reinforcing you skipping the gym. They're not actually positively reinforcing you going to the gym. They think they are, but you're lying. And if you're honest, people will respect you more. If you can hold your hands up, that's what this whole channel is about. This whole channel is about me putting my hands up and saying, I had this problem. I solved it, and now I can teach you. The problems people don't want to be honest about. Like, yes, I had a porn addiction. Do I now? No. I managed to overcome that. And you probably respect me more because I overcame my porn addiction than someone who never had a porn addiction, So being honest with people and being open about your mistakes and your failures actually draws more respect towards you. Because that's another thing that I used to think. I used to obviously want to be perfect. And I used to think that people would think less of me if I messed up, but it's the complete opposite. The person who overcomes a difficult challenge versus the person who never faces that difficult challenge, you respect the person who overcame it more. Because overcoming adversity is the basis of respect. And if you're hiding your failures, you will never be held accountable, so you won't grow. Like, the reason I'm so focused and I've realized that I need to just put my head down and get this done in my business and just focus on business is because my girlfriend had a conversation with me, and she basically just said to me, if you're not gonna work on your business as much as you say you are, and you're not going to completely put yourself towards it, then you need to get a full-time job, because, you know, we'll be looking to buy a house in like however long. And, you know, that was just like, shit, she's right. If I don't make this work, then, you know, I'm gonna have to just live the normie, awful 9-to-5 life. And I was so scared to fail that I didn't really try new things. And I know that you've probably felt this before, you know. It's like the people who are scared to start a business because they're scared that, you know, people will laugh at them. Oh, he's trying to build an online business. Like, that's probably part of the reason why I haven't told anyone other than my close friends. Like, no one at work knows I'm doing this. And it's because it is scary to be judged. But that's what this whole video is about. You can't be scared to be judged, because being judged only makes you a stronger, more refined person. And it's very powerful when you start to open up about your failures to people. Because you find that without even putting any more work in, you become more consistent. And you become better at the things you're doing. And it's really uncomfortable. It is. To be able to sit down in front of this camera and to be like, I had a crippling porn addiction. I used to spend 12 hours a day on the weekends playing on my video games, you know? To sit down and to own up about my past self's actions, you know? I managed to put on 20 kilos over Christmas last year. So now I'm still dealing with the consequences. And now I'm doing a 1 week fast, and then I'm strict dieting, 1 week fast, strict dieting, to be able to lose all of that. And to get myself back into the shape that I want to be. To be able to say these things outwardly towards people, it not only brings on judgment on yourself, which makes you stronger, and it also brings on respect from people. It makes you feel stronger as a person, because you're being completely open and honest with the world. Because when you lie to someone, your internal world and your external world are different. You know, like, you're projecting onto the external world that you've been to the gym today. When your internal world, you know inside your head, you haven't been to the gym. So it's like a clash. And Jordan Peterson's talked about this, where I learned this from. That's why you need to be truthful and honest, because if you lie all the time, eventually you're going to go nuts, because you've just got these constant battles in your brain of truth and dishonesty. And that's why I try my hardest now to be honest as much as I can. And Alex Hormozy has said in the past that discomfort is your brain's indicator for growth. I love this quote so much. I quote it all the time. Because putting yourself in a cold shower is uncomfortable, but it's really beneficial for you. Going to the gym and putting yourself underneath 100 kilos on bench press and trying to do it for as many reps as possible is really uncomfortable. Your muscles are literally being torn to shreds. But it's beneficial for you. Most things that are uncomfortable are really, really good for you. Like having a really hard talk with your parents or your significant other. Putting yourself out of your comfort zone and in a state of perpetual discomfort builds such internal strength that most people don't achieve, because they're really scared of being uncomfortable. But if you can step into that cold shower every single day, and you can go to the gym and stay for as long as you can, and longer than you want to, then you will become a stronger person. And if you can outwardly put forward your failures, then you will be unstoppable. Imagine being the guy who hides his failures. And it is really shit being that guy. You know, he's scared of failure, staying in his comfort zone, he's avoiding the risks. He's super uncomfortable all the time because he's constantly lying to people. He's completely unaccountable to his actions, and he never learns from his mistakes. Imagine being that guy. Fuck that guy. Because he's never going to push beyond his current limits. He's never going to work harder, be faster, be stronger, be more disciplined. Fuck that guy. We need to be stronger. We need to be honest. Come on. We're better than that. And I'm saying this now to reaffirm this in myself. I am better than that. Say it yourself. I am better than the guy who avoids failure. And failure is, again, it's how you grow. But most guys are too scared to put their failures forward. And that's okay. Because your current self might not be capable of it. And that's why you need to shed your current version of yourself and become better. Become a better person. And I've just made a video on that. It's probably what you need right now if you're watching content like this. So, go and watch that. Become a better person. Have a hard day and a great week. Mwah.